Hello, this is Roger Shouse, and this is Jumpstart Rewind. This is part of our Heaven Bound podcast family. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 10. Now therefore, the sword shall never depart from your house, because you've despised me and have taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your wife. Our verse today are the words of the Lord towards King David. The king had fallen deeply into lust and lost his footing and focus with the Lord. In the end, a good man, one of David's mighty men, a neighbor, was allowed to die to cover up the sins that David had committed. God saw and God knew. And after several months, David's little secret is revealed. His house of cards come tumbling down around him, and he's left with misery of wrong choices and ungodly actions. And the door swings widely open to the trouble that follows. There would be a rape in the palace. One son would murder another son. One son would later try to kill David and steal the throne. The tears that flowed because of that sin with Bathsheba would never seem to end. We need to be reminded of this today. We're not immune to the lust that destroys trust and ends a marriage. Many a godly leader no longer leads because of losing focus with the Lord and allowing the world to fill his heart and mind. Now notice some powerful conclusions from this. First, the consequences of sin last a lot longer than the pleasure of sin. A few moments of wild lust may seem captivating, but for David, a baby was born. A baby died. Trouble, shame, death. These all plagued the palace, and they were all directly related to the sinful choices of David. The shame of your sin being discovered, the lies you tell to try to cover it up and keep your secret secret, rebuke and reproach by the people of God, having to pay for attorneys, selling a house, dividing up things, and only being able to see your children once in a while because of a divorce. A little bit of sinful fun can ruin the rest of your life. Second, when the sin is discovered, many innocent people are hurt. Some are hurt emotionally and mentally. Some are hurt socially. Some are hurt financially. Families are torn apart. Some will never speak to one another again. Grandparents are hurt. Friends are hurt. People that you never wanted to hurt are hurt. People you never thought about are hurt. And the damage and the pain doesn't go away just because you say that you're sorry. The damage caused and the trust broken may never be able to be repaired again. Third, the longer and more involved that we become with wrong, the harder and messier it is to get out of that sin. This is true of most addictions. This is true of alcohol. This is true of drugs. This is true of pornography. This is the most painful thing it is to get out of it. Sin can not only be inviting and exciting, but can also be an easy way to stumble into it. It doesn't take a lot of forethought and planning to do wrong. One doesn't put on paper a plan to fail spiritually. It happens like a bird caught in the snare, as Proverbs paints it. And the longer we stand in the wilderness of wrong, our minds become numb, twisted, and affected. We don't see straight because we don't think straight. We surround ourselves with those who are also doing wrong. Our encouragement shifts. No longer is it to follow the Lord, now it's to dive deeper into wrong. Then, with some addictions, our health becomes ruined. What quickly follows is a ruination of our finances. We become a total mess. The bottom of our life drops out, and there's no one to point the finger to but ourselves. It was our choices. It was our decisions. Our listening to the wrong people, our sin that got us there. There are a lot of ways into sin, but there's only one way out. The way of the cross leads home. It's only through Christ that we can, again, be honest to God and then find ourselves and others and get the help we need. It is through the Lord that joy can once again be restored. But it's a long and lonely road back. The prodigal knew it. Had someone shown David a picture of all the pain, the tears, and troubles that would follow him as he watched Bathsheba bathing, he likely would have turned around and gone inside his house. Oh, to see the consequences, the pain, and the sorrow that follows sin. Wrong doesn't look so pretty when you look at it through the consequences. How true the saying, sin will take you farther than you want to go, it will keep you longer than you want to stay, and it will cost you more than you want to pay. The wages of sin is death. Speak clearly, speak plainly, and speak openly about this. There's lessons here for us all to learn. Thank you so much for listening.